Hi, this is Myra with Boutique Paint. Today I'm going to make a fall sign using the retro stamp and our Halloween elements stencil. And you could do this sign saying various different things, but I wanted a short sign so I could do it fairly quickly since my videos seem to get longer and longer and longer. But you could do a Halloween sign. You could do, a pumpkin sign. This would work for the welcome sign. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the stencil elements and we're going to put it in as either an A or an O, whatever you want to, fill it in with. So I'm going to do the pumpkin as our A and put it right here. So I've already prepped this and it's got the tacky glue on it. This is something we'll be coming out here with shortly. It took me a while to figure out a method besides spraying that would work and continue to work. When you spray, it gums up the tip of the spray bottle, and sometimes you can clean it well enough to get it to come out again, and sometimes you can't. So I came across these and I think they're working well. You just kind of squeeze all the extra out because you don't need that much. You go around the areas that you want to have glue, including these little guys, especially those little guys. And then I use a hair dryer to keep until it's tacky, but it's dry. See, that's nice and tacky. That's exactly how we want it. So this will be new, probably a week or two. It's been a little crazy. I've been helping to take care of my stepmom. She just had shoulder surgery. She's doing great, but it takes time out of the schedule. So I am using a board. This is a fence board. This is a fence board that I had from taking down a fence. That being said, you can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever your favorite store is, and you can buy a fence board, and you can either age it by spraying vinegar on it or using like weathered wood, DIY product, and you could just paint over it. What I suggest, if you like to work on signs, what I would do is I'd go buy 2 fence boards, and you can get a lot of signs out of these fence boards because they're like 5-6 feet depending. And this is it actually measures, I think, 5.5 inches wide. Buy one, put it in your garage or someplace safe, your shed, and then take another one and put it outside and let it weather. And it's not going to take much time for it to weather, but you want something that isn't got a top coat on, like a stain or anything like that. Otherwise it will not weather the way necessarily you might want it. This was from a fence we took down, so I had it. And I believe in using what you might have, but the nice thing about fence boards is they're inexpensive. They're like, even now, they're like $3.50, $4 tops, and you can get a lot out of them. So what I did is I want about 1 inch from the top down to the top of this letter. And then I centered the letter. This is my center line, but I centered the letter on this line, the blue line. And you can see I took the fattest parts and I tried to get it. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. And don't look at this little edge here. You got to look at the edge of the stamp when you're centering. And of course, fall has 2 L's, so I'm going to have to take this one off or stamp it and then stamp it again once I do the first stamp. So, and then I did about 1/2 inch, which is this gap in between each letter, and also the pumpkin. So I measured the pumpkin and figured that out. So it's up to you, the spacing. This is just what I did. And then I cut a 17.5 inch board. So I got the L here. Yeah. So I think I want to start it about there. So what I'm going to do though is I want to mark this with a ruler so I know my inch down. You can't see that, sorry. My inch down, and then this is a 5 1/4 board. So it's hard to see on this too. So 2.5 plus, so that's going to be right there is my center point. So that's where I want my blue line to be. And you can go a little bit above it so you can hide that, or you can just erase it when you're done. And I'm going to use DIY's black ink. And I don't usually use black ink, but since this is so dark, I wanted it to show up. And we're gonna, you don't have to paint the inside. I'm going to paint the inside today. You know what? I'm gonna mark. I'm gonna mark down here too, the center, just so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. And I'm not directly over it, so it's, I'm hoping it's where I'm wanting it, because I don't want to get my head in the way of the camera. Now these letters are kind of warbly on purpose, meaning their lines aren't straight. But it seems kind of perfect for Halloween, fall time. All right, so we got the F, got the L, then I need to add the other L. So I'm going to take the F off so I don't get ink everywhere. I'm going to ink back up the L. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball this. As far as where I want it, that looks pretty good. All right. If you have other boards hanging around, like a whiteboard or a pine board or something like that, you could always just paint it a color or paint it white and then do some of the barnwood on it. I'm eyeballing this too. I'm hoping I get it I can kind of see it through the stencil. And I'm going to grab a ruler, flip it around the right way. So I got smidge under an inch on that side. Yeah, so it needs to go over. So just kind of eyeball and center it. Don't move it like I just did. Yeah, that looks good. All right. Push it down nice and good so that it adheres to the board. Now this board has got some dirt on it because it was a fence board. And so I'm hoping that'll stay on there pretty decently. I'm going to use DIY's Summer Crush as my pumpkin color. I've got threads and hairs all over that. Nummy. I'm just gonna pounce. You do want to scrape the paint off when you're stenciling. You want to put some of the paint onto the brush or dabber and then scrape it off, or take a paper towel and dab it on that. Now, this is not perfect, but I kind of like the look of it. If you want more paint on it, by all means, add a little extra, but I'm thinking that's basically how I want it to look. So we'll peel it straight up. And you can hear how well that's stuck. That's exactly how you want it. You want to hear it pop when it comes off. And then I'm going to use DIY's Old School, which is kind of a dark gray. I need to also get the stamp lid back on my ink. Don't want that drying out. So that is Old School. And got a foam brush here. I'm hoping this will work. If not, I'll grab something else. And if I don't think this is gonna dry dark enough, then I may change my mind. But I didn't think I wanted black. I'm just kind of going in between the lines here.
Check it. Check it. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
So I went over a little bit right there, and I just took a paper towel and kind of dabbed it off. And I also went inside the lines because I kind of like the way this looks, but you can see my paint kind of went over a little bit into that. But it kind of feels like it's adding to the overall look of this. Now, if you want, you could also take a Sharpie and go in here either with like a black or gray and orange and just do a line around these, kind of make it feel like it might help it pop a little bit. But that's it. It's that fast. It's that easy. Even if you were going to do, you know, welcome sign to sit on your front porch, it's not going to take much time. Or they make some gifts for some people in your life that enjoy fall. Anyway, I have to tell you about my nails real quick. It's football season, obviously. It's fall. And I was doing my nails the other day, and my brother was with us because we were taking care of our mom. And so I was painting it, and my brother goes, "Oh, two different colors," because I just had the green and the yellow. And so then one of my nails got goobered, so I started painting them a gold also, kind of a gold yellow, and just to piss him off. So that's why my nails look, I mean, I like to have fun with my nails. I love color. But since it pissed him off, I decided I'd get him even further, because that's what siblings do no matter how old you are, right? So now that the paint's dry, you can kind of see that I lost some of my outline, and I think I want to keep the outline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-stamp it. And I'm probably going to have to put my head into the camera, hopefully you can see this while I do it. But I'm basically going to hover over the top and try to get a feel for where I stamped last time. Doesn't look so bad. Okay, so I'm going to do it to the two L's also, because same thing, is I want that to look clear. So you just keep the process going. And you can do this with anything. Anytime you want your stamp to come out clearer, just go ahead and go back over with your original stamp. In this case, it probably doesn't matter if it's completely perfect. I don't think it's going to show up. Like that one was just off a smidge, and that's all right. And there we go. I did add a little hook on the back. I don't love these. They have little prongs and you just nail them in. Unfortunately, with wood like this where it's pretty porous, it just wanted to pop right up. So what I did is I put a little E6000 on there and then tapped it back in. And then but before I did that, I kind of bent this so that it would be able to grab a screw or a nail. So it's kind of it's kind of coming out. And you're done. You got yourself a cute little fall sign. If you have any questions about any of these products, you can go to our website at www.boutiquepaint.com. Thanks. Bye.